All right, let's do the next one. Let's do the next one. Let's do the next one. The Last Man.
Hello? Is this thing
SCP
on?
2399.
We recording? Honestly, of all the things I thought I'd be doing up here, well, this is just sad. To whoever you are, whatever you are, hello. I am the last remaining man. And on behalf of my species and my planet, I applaud you for staying far away from us until now. We were genuinely awful, at least up until the very end.
Low key.
Nothing like
High
an impending
key.
apocalypse to bring a species together.
Realistically.
Of course, if they were still around, I know they would love to watch this. Particularly the O5s. Hey guys, go f
What
yourselves.
the fuck is that?
You left me here, completely alone.
What's
But
a
we're past
05?
that, clearly. I'm gonna use any time I have left to tell my story, since nobody else will be able to. Let's start at the beginning.
Oh, we're going back for it. Okay, cool.
I was assigned to Protocol Legionnaire by the O5s about a year ago.
Okay. Well,
At the time,
where
it
are the
felt like an honor.
O5s?
But all the training that followed, all the stress and pressure, it was nearly too much to
Who are
handle.
the Legionnaires?
I mean, seriously. You'd think after years at MIT, I'd already be qualified for space missions, but regardless, I was put through 6 months of training and briefing. Not that it helped clarify anything about this mission. It was completely unbelievable. And it was so highly classified, there was barely any.
Would y'all sign up for a mission like that where y'all don't know anything about it, but you know that you're going to space? Cause I would. I'm doing that shit. Fuck y'all talking about? I always wanted to go to space. I'm doing that
anyone I
shit.
could verify the reports with.
I don't give a fuck if I got
It was-
25 kids, nigga, and 300 wives, bro. Or no. 25 wives, 300 kids. I'm going. I'm doing that shit.
It was a small team. Just Werner and myself. Through every briefing, he was there with me, learning about SCP-2399 and the threat it posed to mankind.
The alien superstructure is capable of causing an SK-class barren Earth end-of-the-world event. Due to its remote location and the data we've collected, it has been placed in the key.
So, I'm going off of the last video that I watched. There was multiple timelines, different realities. So this is just one reality. And I'm going to assume that whatever the SCP is going to go into our SCP Foundation, right?
Heater containment class and the Amida disruption class. These classifications are not to be taken lightly.
I thought they were a bit heavy-handed with that part, but in hindsight, I guess they were dead on. They'd been aware of it for decades, it turns out. They had satellites monitoring it. Hell, this wasn't even their first mission to destroy it.
And they tried
First
it
visual contact was made in 1963.
several
Smack dab in the
times?
middle of the Great Red Spot on Jupiter.
That's fucking insane.
Over the
Hell
next
no.
several decades of monitoring,
Hell no.
the O5s got increasingly concerned about it. And for good reason. The massive mechanical structure was observed to have antimatter-based weaponry, which it was using to create spatial disruptions and atmospheric phenomenon. It was the cause of the Great Red Spot.
Oh.
A storm so large you could fit 3 Earth-sized planets inside it. That alone was enough cause for worry. But then it began receiving transmissions.
They pull in some
from the
realistic
depths of
science into this
Another
bitch.
galaxy,
Hell
3
yeah.
million light years from our solar system. Probably from whoever or whatever built it, if it was even made by another entity. For about 6 years, it received a looping message which, through code breaking and translation efforts, was determined to be a command to repair itself. So it was learned that the SCP was damaged, which came as a relief, but also that it could repair itself autonomously, which was alarming. After that, the O5s pushed this thing up their list of priorities. They built and launched the Barrier Array, which was a series of satellites designed to intercept any further transmissions it might receive from its intergalactic pen pals. All other information I learned about this thing felt like it was straight out of some science fiction movie. Even in its damaged state, it seemed to have a limitless power supply, advanced electromagnetic shielding, matter-disrupting weaponry, and a precise tracking and targeting system. It was designed to destroy. and it was indeed repairing itself. It was hypothesized that it impacted Jupiter's moon Io before coming to rest in Jupiter's lower atmosphere. Some of them stayed nearby, and others traveled as far as Jupiter's moons to recover parts that the SCP lost. This led to one of the first violent exchanges with SCP-2399. Barrier Unit 53 observed one of the repair drones closing in on a piece of debris. It was quickly determined to be a part of a damaged communications array. Because of the nature of this specific component, and the ramifications of allowing its recovery, it was ordered that Barrier Unit 45 fire upon the drone with its onboard concussion batteries. Seconds after that attack, we lost contact with Barrier Unit 45, and a spatial anomaly thought to have originated from the SCP was observed surrounding it. We had to act fast. There was no choice but to terminate Unit 45 using other units in the barrier array. It was forbidden to further engage the SCP, or any of its drones using the array from then on.
Under no circumstances are any barrier units to further engage either SCP-2399 or drones released by SCP-2399.
So, unable to destroy any drones or interfere in any other way, we began to prepare for the inevitable prospect of repairs being completed. Switching to a proactive approach wasn't just an option. It was absolutely necessary. Because starting in 1996, the barrier array began intercepting a new repeating message.
Unit is out of range of target. Proceed to planet number 3 in system.
The barrier array prevented that message from being received by SCP-2399. In 2015, the message was updated, and more urgent.
Proceed
So
to
is this,
planet
yeah,
number 3
it's gotta be in a
system.
different
Priority
timeline.
is target. Cease repairs.
If the array was still doing its job, nothing should have happened. But clearly, everything went to hell after that.
Y'all
The
niggas
thing
fucked
just
up
started to
again.
rise out of the gases of Jupiter's atmosphere. The O5's activated Protocol Legionnaire. Werner and I were ushered in as a last resort, the saviors of humanity. We piloted the vehicle of our deliverance to the moon,
I don't think that
planning to
happened.
launch our defense toward the faceless metallic threat. It was a massive EMP, one that they hoped would knock down SCP-2399 shields, accompanied by a volley of nukes big enough to wipe out our entire civilization 1,000 times over. There was a little brightness in the world then. When the news went public, people began channeling hope into our program.
What are you
What other choice did
fucking
they have?
talking
The
about?
world watched Legionnaire's first test launch. Jimmy Kimmel made
What are
electromagnetic
you
pulse jokes.
actually talking
My nieces
about?
and nephews drew crayon pictures of rockets and explosions, arguing about which missile
Why would
was
you
the
tell
best.
them this? Why would you tell them
The
this?
faithful in prayer in St. Peter's Square.
That makes no fucking
The Lord's
sense.
angels made metal. It was an end to wars. An end to pointless squabbles and petty politics.
No, it wasn't.
All the negative energies of mankind turned to purpose.
Even after y'all would have destroyed, if y'all would have destroyed this shit, even afterwards, y'all would have went back to doing the same exact shit that y'all did. Y'all would have tried to send every single country, every single leader, everything would have tried to send their own stuff out there to go collect goddamn shit.
With an outside threat so faceless, so impersonal, that all vitriol and hatred directed towards it became noble. Naturally, this was going to be more successful than their last attempt, Project Gygas. That was almost the exact same thing, except they mounted their attack from orbit around Europa. Warheads, EMPs, enough resources that it required the combined efforts of 45 countries to create the whole payload. The results of Project Gygas were classified, but clearly it wasn't what I would call a success. If it was, you wouldn't be hearing this message. So, with that presumably failed attempt burning in my mind, I flew to the moon with Werner. He was much more hopeful than myself, ever the optimist, never losing faith in the Foundation. Even when the whole thing went sideways, he told me they had to have a solution.
Come on, have you ever known the Foundation to put all their hopes on one single project? They gotta have a silver bullet. One more card up the sleeve. Something.
Oh, that's
I
hope.
admired his optimism, but we were supposed to be the silver bullet. The whole payload, which I was deathly afraid of, by the way, was launched at the SCP as it hurtled toward Earth. We had the eyes of the whole world on us. And then suddenly, we didn't anymore.
Yeah, no.
In the months that followed, he got quieter and quieter. We only spoke when we had our rehydrated meals together. Then, one day, he just left. Which you'd think would be a hard thing to do on the moon, because where is there to go? I remember seeing him walking through the craters, heading toward the horizon. I opened a radio channel.
Hey, Wernie? Where are you going?
But he didn't answer. Didn't stop. Didn't turn around. Didn't even wave goodbye. Honestly, I didn't think he'd be the first one to snap. But
Damn.
he doesn't have to look down on Earth anymore. I had my daily call a little late today. That's what gave me the idea for this video. The cameras still work, amazingly. The sky is a swirling, roaring mass of dust and sulfur, masonry and debris bouncing past like tumbleweeds. The leftovers of the human race. Same old, same old. I might have gone a little mad on the call there. I'm kind of glad nobody was there to hear me on the other end. I started talking to Werner, asking him to come back. And I started telling off the O5s for doing this to me. But all I got was the same automated response I've gotten for months.
This is an automated message from Site 19. We have a Category 1 site-wide failure. Contact alternate command for orders.
Alternate command. Where's
My
that?
family, my dog, my house,
Ooh.
they're all gone.
He had like a mesa type of little, you know, like the Mexican type of house. You feel me? That shit, I kind of want one of them.
On. I'll never turn on the TV and see you say that Legionnaire worked. It blew up that alien piece of shit. And it's not the end of the world anymore. No. It's right out there. A colossal mass of alien machinery is on my screen, hovering amidst the roiling atmosphere, covered in scorch marks from 1,000 atomic blasts. And I'll have to look at it every day until I die here.
Oh,
To whoever
that
you are.
shit.
Whatever you are.
Hell no.
I am the last man.
That shit.
And on behalf of my species
nigga.
and my planet, you should have stayed far, far away from us.
Hold on, wait, what?
Far away. Whatever. I'll have to look at it covered in my screen. Right out there. No. It's right out. And it's not the end of the world. It blew up that alien piece. Legionnaire worked. See, you say that they're all gone. I'll never turn on the TV and see, you say that Legionnaire worked. It blew up that alien piece of shit. And it's not the end of the world anymore. No. It's right out there. A colossal mass of alien machinery is on my
So
screen.
you was just dissing this nigga
Hovering
and
amidst
he
the
won?
roiling atmosphere, covered in scorch marks from
Come
1,000
on
atomic
now.
blasts.
Hell no. That was the last man. End of that one. Next one was a young man. Wait, what? Damn, hey, low key. These ones looking like they starting to hit it. Damn. Damn. Alright, that's it.